What's up, guys? POV by me, March 19th, 2023. It's 3:48 p.m. in Cleveland, and we're taking a trip to Slavic Village. Here we are, the main street of Slavic Village, Fleet Avenue. Slavic Village was originally founded as Newburgh in 1799. And then in the late 19th century and early 20th century, a lot of Polish citizens and a lot of Czech immigrants and Polish immigrants moved right into this neighborhood. And its heyday was probably 1920s to the 1940s. And then after the war, a lot of the old immigrants started moving out of the city and into neighborhoods like Parma, and so this place really drastically changed. And there's been a lot of incentives, a lot of attempts to revitalize this neighborhood, all the way from the 1960s to today. There is an organization called the Slavic Village Development Corporation, which tries to incentivize businesses to move here, tries to incentivize, people from the suburbs to buy homes here, but it's still pretty rough. We're gonna take a left here on East 65th. Now, to the left is a very famous old Central European restaurant called the Red Chimney, and it's historic. It's actually open right now, and you can get things there like, I'm just gonna let this car behind me pass, and it's got, so you see on the right it says Warsaw Historic District. So this is it. This is the historic district. This is where a lot of Polish immigrants used to live. And now it's just kind of in complete disrepair. Things are falling apart. I was actually looking at a house here when I first moved back to Cleveland. I thought, hey, everybody was talking about it as if Slavic Village was the next big thing, because it's very close to downtown. It's right off the highway. It's close to Tremont, which is a very happening neighborhood, a hipster kind of neighborhood. And I actually saw a house that I was interested in buying. It's actually right here. I'll show it to you. It's on the right. This is the house I wanted to buy. East 69th and Chambers. And I looked at it twice, and it was for $96,000. It had an amazing interior. Amazing. And I was gonna put an offer in on it, but before I did, I decided to come here at night to see, because during the day everything looks okay. Everything looks normal, but you come here at night and it's a different story. We're gonna go back down and take a look at some more side streets. But yeah, it was for sale for $97,000, or maybe it was $110,000. I don't quite remember. It was still relatively cheap. And you know what? I don't want to wait here. Oh wait, green light, all right. But once I came back down at night to take a look at what's going on there, it was just crazy. There were prostitutes on the streets. There were gangbangers all over the place. People drinking outside. It was rough. And so I decided not to buy it. And in fact, actually, they pulled it off the market. And I think what happened there was that they were trying to inflate the property values around here, which is no bueno. Because most of the homes around here are like 50, 70,000. You'll probably be able to buy an empty lot for like 15,000. But you know, why would you? Unless you're thinking of long-term investments. But this neighborhood hasn't really grown much. This is actually the historic St. Stanislaus Church. It was built by the Polish immigrants. And it's a beautiful, beautiful church. I think it's on some sort of historical marker somewhere. But I know that in the 2010s, a couple of young people decided to come here and open up some businesses. There's a butcher shop. I think it's still open. That was kind of famous. It was owned by two business women. I mean, there's still Polish people living here. There's still Czech people living here. But you know, I mean, there's a lot of Polish people just in general in Cleveland. Check it out. Check this out. There's some places here are just falling apart. Just full on falling apart. Look at this. Some of these buildings are probably in such bad shape that all you could do is tear them down. Most likely. Look at all this stuff. So this is the west side of Cleveland. And we're gonna take a trip down to the east side too. There's some interesting neighborhoods there. Yeah, that's what it is. So this morning, yeah, I looked at Zillow. And I was really surprised that there's not a single home for sale here. I saw a couple of lots for like 15,000. Actually, that's not true. I think I saw one or two like really, really shitty homes. They were like $75,000. Look at this old, there's still old paved brick here. Isn't that amazing? But the Warszawa district, which is actually placed on the historical register, the whole country. Here's another fun fact, why there's so many abandoned homes, so many dilapidated homes, is because the zip code here, I think it's 44105. I don't quite remember the zip code, but I know for a fact that the zip code that belongs to Slavic village had the most foreclosures than any other zip code in this whole country in 2007. There were even news reports that this was considered ground zero for foreclosures. And so yeah, you know, it's rough out here. It's very rough out here. And so those people that still survive here, I mean, I'm sure there's some people who, you know, grew up here, and to them this is home, and that's totally fine. There's no shame in that whatsoever. I'm trying to turn around here. It's a dead end. And you know, some people grew up here, they were born in these houses. Their family, their fathers and mothers and grandparents left them this property, and they're fine. Because here's the thing, I also grew up in not a great neighborhood. It becomes your neighborhood. That's all. People can get used to anything. That's what I have learned. People can get used to anything. Let's move a little further down Fleet, shall we? And if we see anything interesting. Oh, that was we just passed it. That was the butcher shop. It was called Saucisson. But yeah, as you can see, no matter how hard people are trying to revitalize this neighborhood, it's empty. There's barely anybody on the street. There's really no restaurants, except for the red chimney over there on the left. And that's the way it is. I'm actually gonna take a right here. We're gonna see what's going on over here. Funeral home, Galupski, obviously Polish name, seems to be still operational. So the Czechs lived in one neighborhood and the Poles lived in another. The Poles lived in the Warszawa district, and the Czechs lived in the Karlin district. And to be honest with you, the reason it's called Slavic village, it wasn't always called Slavic village. It was renamed Slavic village in the 70s when they were attempting to entice Eastern Europeans who were moving into, you know, other Eastern Europeans like Ukrainians and Yugoslavs and all these other known Slavic peoples who were moving to Cleveland. They thought it would almost take a trip down this. Cemetery. There's nobody here. I wonder how many of these are these immigrants that we were talking about.